Hello and welcome to my science tutorials. In today's video, we want to look at the addition of unlike fractions. So without further ado, let's begin. So unlike fractions, these are fractions with different denominators. So these are fractions with different denominators. So let's look at an example. So let's say we have two fractions. We have 4 over 6 and let's say 7 over 10. Now if you look at these two fractions, this at the top here is what we call the numerator, and this at the bottom, the number at the bottom, is what we call the denominator. Now if you look at the denominator of the first fraction and then the second fraction, you realize that they are different. One is 6, one is 10. So these two fractions are said to be unlike fractions because they do not have the same denominators. Now how do we add unlike fractions? So let's look at a very simple example of how to add unlike fractions. So we have 7 over 10 plus 2 over 5 plus 2 over 5. So this is equal to, like I said, the first thing we do is to write the multiples of the denominator. So we have 10. The multiples of 10 are 10, 20, 30, and it continues. For 5, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, and it also continues. So if we look at these two numbers and their multiples, the common multiple Cm will be equal to, we have 10 here, we have 10 here, so we have 10 as a common multiple. We have 20 here, we have 20 here, 20 as a common multiple. Now you realize that if you continue, you get more common multiples between 10 and 5, but so far we have the least 2, so that is okay for us. So we select the least common multiple, which is the smallest among 10 and 20, and that will be 10. Okay, so now that we have 10 as our least common multiple, that will become our new denominator, which is 10 over here. Now, how many times will 10 go into 10? It will go one time, just once over here, as this number, it just go once. So we use that 1 and we multiply it by the numerator on top of that 10, which is 7. Then we bring the addition sign, plus. Now 5, how many times will 5 go into 10? It will go there 2 times, so 1, 2. So 5, 1, 5, 5, 2, 10. 5 will go into 10 2 times. That 2 multiplied by the 2 at the top over here, which is 2 multiplied by 2. So this is now equal to, now remember, the 1 and then the 7 in the bracket are multiplying each other. So don't forget and add. They are multiplying each other. So 1 multiplied by 7 will give us 7, plus 2 multiplied by 2 will give us 4, all divided by 10. So this is equal to 7 plus 4 will give us 11 on 10. So our final answer here is 11 over 10 as our answer. Alright, so let's have a look at other examples. So we have 3 over 12 plus 2 over 4. Now, just to make your work easier, if you look at the two denominators that you have and you realize that one can easily go into the other, then you can use the bigger one as your least common multiple. So let me take that again. If you look at your two denominators and you realize that one can divide the other exactly without any remainder, then you can use the bigger one as the least common multiple. So if you look at this, 4 and 12, 4 will go exactly into 12 3 times. So 4 times 3 is 12. So we can use 12 here as our least common multiple. Let's look at how we got that. So if you write the common multiples, if you write the multiples of 12, we will get 12 24, 36, etc. If we write that of 4, we are going to get 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and it also continues. So if you look at the common multiples over here, you realize that you have 12 here, 12 here. So we have 12. And if I were to continue from here, I will have 24. So 24, 24 here will also be a common multiple. So the least common multiple between them will be equal to 12, as we have already said over here. So because 4 can divide 12 exactly, or 4 can go into 12 exactly without any remainder, we are using the bigger number, I repeat, bigger number, as the least common multiple. If that will confuse you, write down the multiples of the numbers, select the common multiple, and choose the smallest one so that you don't get your answer wrong. Okay, so let's continue. Now 12 will go into 12 how many times? Just once. As you can see over here, just once. You count 12 only once to get 12. So that 1 multiplied by the number on top of the 12 over here, which is 3. Then we bring our addition sign. Now we come to the second fraction, the 4 over here, the denominator 4. How many times will 4 go into 12? It will go 1, 2, and 3. It will go 3 times. So it means 4 times 3 will give us 12. That 3, 1, 2, 3, that 3, that means the number of times 4 go into 12, which we are saying is 3. That 3, we multiply it by the 2 at the top over here. So it becomes 2 over here. So this is now equal to 1 multiplied by 3 will give us 3, plus 3 multiplied by 2 will give us 6 on 12. So this is equal to 3 plus 6 is equal to 9 divided by 12. Okay, so we now have 9 over 12, and we can break this guy down to get simpler answers. So we know 3 times 3 will give us 9, and we know 4 times 3 will give us 12. This cancels this, and then we have 3 over 4 as our answer. So you can leave your answer as 9 over 12, but it's preferable if you simplify it and get 3 over 4 as your final answer. So our final answer over here is 3 over 4. Okay, let's have a look at one more example, and then we end today's tutorial. So let's say we have 5 over 12 plus 1 over 6. This is equal to, now if you look at the two denominators that we have 12 and 6. Like I said, if you look at the two denominators and one can divide the other exactly, then go for the bigger one. So if you look at 6 and 12, 6 will go into 12 2 times exactly without any remainder. So I'll go for the bigger one, which is 12, as my least common multiple. So I have 12. Now how many times will 12 go into 12? It will go there just once. So that 1 multiplied by the 5 on top of the 12, 5 over here, plus 6. 6 will go into 12 how many times? It will go there 2 times. That 2 multiplied by the 1 on top of the 6, 1. So this is equal to 1 multiplied by 5 will give us 5, plus 2 multiplied by 1 will give us 2, all on 12, and this is equal to 7 on 12 as our final answer for this particular example. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at one final example. You can try your hands on this, and then after that we do it together. So we have 7 on 8 plus 4 on 5. So you can pause the video and try your hands on it, and then we'll look at the answer. Alright, so now that you are done, let's have a look at the solution for this particular problem. So let's write the multiples of 8. So we have 8. 8 plus 8 will give us 16. 16 plus 8 will give us 24. Plus 8 will give us 32. Plus 8 will give us 40. Plus 8 will give us 48, and then it continues. For 5, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, etc. Now note that when you are writing the common multiples, right, write it as many as you can so that you see the common multiples that you want. There are some numbers you have to write more before you see the common multiples. There are some that you have to write just a little multiple and then you see the common multiple. So over here between 8 and 5, I can see 40 here and 40 here as my common multiple. So my common multiple here is 40, and then if I had continued I would have gotten more, but I now have 40 as the least, so it's okay for me. So it means my LCM is the same as 40. So my LCM here is 40. Now how many times will 8 go into 40? It will go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it means the multiples of 5 is 5 times 8, that will give you 40. So it means 8 goes into 40 5 times. That 5 will be multiplied by the 7 at the top over here, 7 plus. Now how many times will 5 go into 40? It will go there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It will go there 8 times in total. So that 8 will be multiplied by the 4 over here at the top over here. Okay, so now all that we are left with is to multiply the numbers that are in and out of the bracket, and then we add them to get our answer for this particular problem. So 5 times 7 will give us 35, plus 8 times 4 will give us 32, all over 40. So 35 plus 32 will give us 67 divided by 40. So our final answer for this particular example is 67 on 40. So thank you so much for watching. This is how we add and like fractions in mathematics. So thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.